Kamen.
Man, all this love in this episode. Maybe I should make up with Turbo Ryuki. Nah. The drip of the weekend starts to expand as we reach the end of the Sakura and Aguilera conflict. Massive info dumps from Akaishi, and Vail shows us what Vice would look like if he dropped the face mask. It's time to stir the honeypot. This is Revice 33. We're gonna lead things off with the man who's really been hamming up his role the last couple of episodes, Gifu handjobbing Akaishi. Looks like after doing some dirty things to Lady Doctor, I think. Because it makes no sense how Giftarians show up coming at her only to tie her up. Something just ain't right here. Anyway, she's on the casting couch as Akaishi shows up and conveniently leaves a gun on his desk. From the outset, we get backstory I wasn't even expecting in a Sakura-focused episode. But here we go. Akemi asks Akaishi just who he is really, and he actually answers. He's an immortal being who's lived for a very long time, given this ability by Gifu so that he can keep watch on the humans as they evolve. Akemi tests out his immortality right away by breaking free and leaping across to get the gun and shooting this man right in the face. He brushes it off and brings Vail into the mix, asking Gifu to give Vail a physical body and giving him some Vice Stamp energy to fight without the need of transforming or needing a host. Daiji, concerned about Lady Dr. Akemi, gets the scoop from George that she never left the director's office. So, Daiji goes to confront the director, and he finds demoralized, life sucked. I don't know what's going on with Lady Doctor here, so it's really up to speculation at this point in terms of why she just looks so out of it. That is, unless Vail sucked up some of that life energy before hitting the road, or Akaishi did some Gifu hand stuffs to her. Either way, she's out of it. Sadly, Daiji isn't welcome with a slap like Akemi was last episode, but he's so mad that he tells us that he's so mad, and that's how you know that he's mad. Finally, telling the director that he knows about Gifu, and Akaishi doesn't deny it. This man is at Infinity War levels of just not giving a fuck. Their plans must be pretty hard locked at this point because he ain't even putting up a front. Akaishi pulls some Power Rangers Ninja Storm lyrics to the beat of Daiji getting wrecked. Daiji managed to land a hit though. Oh, Akaishi's just in ancient Huma gear. Daiji takes the L and Akaishi takes Lady Doctor for reasons. But I guess we'll revisit that plot next episode. Now on to the main plot. We are continuing the saga of Lovekov. After Sakura's change of heart towards Aguilera, she asks Vice to check in on Lovekov. It's nice to know that we get to revisit one of Vice's abilities that hasn't really been shown since, I think, episode 7? Where he can dive into people's minds and see their inner self. It's then that we find out Lovekov is just a moody teenager, and isn't limited to Pokemon tier vocabulary. We get full sentences. We're at Digimon tier once again. Can we just take a moment to look at this room? I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chairs. How would Lovekov even sit? I'm not sorry. Lovekov isn't feeling Sakura's vibe, and Tamaki shows up after getting some Aguilera smacking to elaborate on the subject, planting the seed in Sakura's head that Aguilera only knows the dead man's way of life, so maybe living a little like a regular person might change things. Sakura then asks Aguilera out on a date, and boy, do they have some fun. We're talking riding carnival rides, merry-go-rounds, bumper cars, only to end it with a pint of carbs. While all these things are going on, the fellas of the show are just looking on, until Vail shows up to confront Iki and Vice, though Vice is confused as to why Vail looks like him. Well, I got some news for you.
You are the father! You come to me! You come to me! Leave me halfway!
The fighting between Revice, Vice, and Vail begins, giving us a look back at forms we haven't seen in a bit, like jacked Revice. Oh, he's not in this. Anyway, I guess toy sales must be slowing down because they gotta make these forms relevant again. But Vail's got a few surprises himself with the Vice Stamp abilities only to get done in by Thundergale at the end, leaving the scene knowing what he needs to properly level up. Back to Sakulera. Nom Nom Carb Time comes to a close as Hikaru shows up to ruin the moment, bringing back a repaired Libra driver. The two transform, and they even brought back the full henshin sequence to Genu. After some fighting of the birds and the bees... Wait, has no one... Was this intentional? Fuck. This innuendo just got real. I think I need some air for a moment. From one bird weapon to another, George shows up with the Shoebill Vice Stamp to give Sakura all she needs to finish things off, thus severing Agilera from her dead man. Because George got some motivation from his dear old daddy, that he could make a Vice Stamp that could do just that. Or, Iki could just let Sakura borrow one of his Vice Stamps. But Genu Revolution isn't in the budget, and that's what I'm gonna call her upgrade. Don't question it. With Agilera freed, Sakura embraces her with the new name of Hana to go along with it. And just like that, everyone in the world forgave the sins and crimes that Agilera, just like Tamaki as Julio, once did. The Kamen Rider justice system, am I right? After some bath time, Hana shows off some new drip, joining the weekend. Bro, how big is this house? We got Genta, Busan there, and of course we got the Ushijimas, then we got Karizaki Sr., all like the other folks that Sakura was fighting. I gotta see the floor plans of this place, because that's like 20 folks in this house. But yeah, that is Revice 33. It's a B. So we give Sakura a wrap-up arc with Agilera. And it's a non-debate at this point that Sakura has probably had the most character development out of most of the other characters in this show. And yet, you do my girl like this? You give her a weapon, another weapon, as opposed to a proper upgrade form? Daiji did not deserve his stupid Anjimon looking ass of an upgrade, or at least not as soon as he got it, while Sakura completely deserved something. But I guess the Libra driver being a P Bandai exclusive kind of crushed those hopes. Oh wait, Overdemons is a thing, so that point is invalid. Sakura and Agilera get a happy ending out of this, however, I don't know, it just seems a little off on how redemptive they are on the villains of this show, especially given all the bad shit that they've done leading up to this. But I guess that's okay. The real meat of this episode was, surprisingly, Akaishi. Dude is an ancient humanoid thing that got with Gifu, got immortality just to be his main guy. So that's something to say the least. I'm just curious to know more about what that specifically is. Also, what he's doing with Lady Doctor. Hiromi ain't gonna like getting cucked like that. He's going to have some choice words. If he ever returns. The Vail appearance was something, but I'm just waiting for Genta's face-to-face with him. Also, they are hiding this man so much that it's halting the actual plot progression. But it seems like the plot progression is gonna come in the form of Daiji's upcoming arc. So, what did you all think of the Sakulera wrap-up? Are you glad that she lives and is now part of the Drip Squad with Sakura? Also, what do you make on what Akaishi's doing with Lady Doctor? I mean, it's cool that she didn't die, but I don't know what this man keeps doing to her. But also, Akaishi's backstory. Do you buy that? Did he really let Gifu get sealed up and then wander the earth for thousands of years until he got like some news article saying they found his coffin and he was like, My man's back. Anyway, that's it for me. The plot rests with Daiji now. So, until then, bye. So, in a little bit of immersion break, yeah, when I put down some pillows here for when I throw the demon's driver, missed it. Just hit the ground bare ass. It still works. It still works.